Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the world of action cameras. If you're into filming your adventures, capturing high-quality vlogs, or just want the best device to record life on the move, then this is the ultimate guide for you. We're breaking down the best action cameras in the market right now, from the heavy hitters everyone knows to those budget-friendly hidden gems that deserve way more attention. We'll look at specs, features, AI tools, battery life, waterproofing, camera resolutions, accessories, and prices. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which action camera fits your lifestyle and budget. So sit tight, because this is going to be the most complete breakdown you've seen. When you hear the word action camera, a few brands immediately pop into your head. They're the ones plastered across billboards, on extreme sports edits, strapped to helmets, and mounted on surfboards crashing through waves. But here's the thing. The world of action cameras is way bigger than just those familiar names. The top-tier models from GoPro, DJI, and Insta360 absolutely dominate the conversation, and for good reason. But sitting just below them are dozens of mid-tier and budget-friendly cameras that deliver surprisingly good quality, sometimes even rivaling the giants in areas like battery life, accessories, or sheer affordability. This script is going to be your full-scale guide through all of them, from the cameras you know to the ones you probably haven't heard of yet but should. Let's start with the obvious choice, because no action camera conversation is complete without mentioning GoPro Hero 12 and Hero 13 Black. These are the poster children of the category, the cameras you see strapped to snowboards and wingsuits, the definition of action footage. What makes the Hero series stand tall is the balance between hardware, software, and ecosystem. With resolutions climbing up to around 5.3K at 60 frames per second and buttery smooth slow motion at 4K 120, and even 2.7K 240, the detail these cameras pack in is undeniable. For stills, they deliver around 27 megapixels, which is plenty for grabbing frames and posting high-quality shots on social media or even printing. The sensor, sitting at about 1/1.9 inches, might not sound massive, but GoPro's processing combined with their signature hypersmooth stabilization makes it punch far above its weight. One of the highlights of the latest GoPros is the Enduro battery. Earlier models had a notorious weakness when used in cold weather or for long recording sessions at high frame rates. The Enduro cells changed the game, letting the Hero models last closer to 90 minutes in 4K modes, and even longer at lower settings, with much better cold performance. It's not eternal battery life, but it's reliable enough that extreme sports athletes now trust it at minus temperatures on snowy mountains. Waterproofing is another standout. Out of the box, you can dunk a Hero into water up to 10 meters or 33 feet without a case. For most water sports like surfing, swimming, or cliff diving, that's more than enough. For divers who go deeper, GoPro sells dive housings that take it much further. Then there's AI. GoPro has been quietly building AI features into its cameras and its companion app, Quick. You've got automatic highlight detection, social-ready crops for TikTok and Reels, and auto-edits that take your day's worth of clips and cut them into ready-to-post highlight reels. Pair that with their insane mount ecosystem, chest straps, helmet mounts, suction cups, bite mounts, you name it, and the GoPro Hero remains the all-rounder that most people should buy if they want one camera that does it all. The price usually falls between $350 and $499 for the latest model, sometimes higher if you get bundles with accessories. But of course, GoPro isn't the only beast on the block. When it comes to creativity and cinematic freedom, few cameras rival the Insta360 X4. This is the king of 360-degree cameras, letting you record everything around you at once in up to 8K resolution. That means instead of pointing a camera at something and hoping you framed it right, you just record the entire scene, then decide later in editing which angles to keep. The flexibility here is unmatched. You can track yourself in the footage using AI, spin the camera view around mid-clip, or pull off the mind-bending invisible selfie stick trick, where the stick literally disappears from your footage. For vloggers, that means you can film yourself without worrying about angles. For athletes, it means you can grab multiple perspectives of your trick without mounting several cameras. The Insta360 X4 delivers still photos at 72 megapixels when stitched from both lenses, and video in 5.7K at 60 frames per second or 8K at 30 frames per second in full 360. If you switch to single lens mode, you can shoot standard wide-angle action cam footage at up to 4K 100. Battery life is solid too, advertised at around 135 minutes under typical settings, which is impressive given its powering 2 lenses and stitching massive amounts of data. Out of the box, it's waterproof to 10 meters, and if you need more, Insta360 sells dive cases that take it deeper. The AI tools are the real gem though. With their mobile app, you can let the software auto-track subjects, reframe videos for vertical 9:16 formats, or create complex edits in seconds. For people who want maximum creativity and flexibility, this is a no-brainer. On the other side of the coin, there's low-light performance, and here's where DJI Osmo Action 4 and 5 Pro shine. DJI may be known for their drones, but their Osmo Action line has carved out a serious chunk of the market. These cameras feature larger 1/1.3-inch sensors, which give them a big edge in capturing light compared to smaller sensor rivals. That makes them excellent for dawn, dusk, or nighttime footage, environments where GoPro footage tends to get noisy. You're looking at clean 4K up to 120 frames per second, with advanced color profiles like D-Log-M that allow you to do professional-grade color correction and editing. DJI also boasts long runtimes, with some configurations running up to 160 minutes under lighter settings. Waterproofing goes deeper too, with some models rated for 18 meters without a case. Their rock-steady stabilization with Horizon Lock ensures even your wildest downhill rides or wave crashes stay level and smooth. The Osmo Action series has carved a reputation as the vlogger's second love. That front-facing screen is bright and sharp, perfect for framing yourself, and the color science is tuned for a natural look right out of camera. DJI's AI additions are catching up fast, with auto-edit templates, time-lapse modes, and motion-lapse setups right in their companion app. Accessories are plentiful too: battery charging hubs, magnetic mounts, ND filter kits, and waterproof dive cases. Pricing usually comes in slightly under GoPro's top flagship, making DJI a value-packed option if low light and color grading matter to you. Now that covers the holy trinity: GoPro for all-around dominance, Insta360 for creativity, DJI for low-light mastery. But what if you're on a tighter budget or you're just starting out? That's where the fun begins, because the action camera market is wide open once you step away from the mainstream names. Let's start with the mid-range, then slide into those truly hidden gems. One of the best-known budget alternatives is a Queso Brave 8. For under $300, this little beast gives you 4K 60 recording, 48 megapixel stills, and a waterproof design rated to 10 meters out of the box. The stabilization isn't GoPro level, but it's surprisingly good considering the price. Accessories are often bundled in for free: extra batteries, mounts, and cases, something the big brands usually make you buy separately. A Queso is popular among first-time buyers who don't want to gamble $1,000 on their first action cam. Battery life hovers around an hour of 4K recording per battery, but since many bundles include 2 or 3 batteries, you're covered. For people experimenting with travel vlogs or sports edits, it's a solid way in. Then you've got Scam SJ10 Pro, another underrated player. Offering 4K 60 video, Euro stabilization, and 12 megapixel stills, it's aimed directly at GoPro's entry-level competition. The design is simple but functional, with touch screens and waterproofing up to 10 meters. Pricing is usually around the $200 mark, and while it lacks the advanced AI editing tools, its footage quality is clean enough for YouTube uploads and casual filming. Scam also has dive housings, gimbal options, and cheap ND filters available. For those chasing pure affordability, E4K Plus action camera deserves a mention. At its peak, it was one of the cheapest 4K 60 capable cameras, often found under $150. While the brand has slowed down on updates, the cameras themselves remain reliable, with a nice wide lens, voice control, and decent stabilization. They're popular among bikers and car vloggers who need multiple cameras mounted in different places without breaking the bank. Another interesting budget name is CampArc ACT74, often bundled with a mountain of accessories right out of the box. While it doesn't reach the high frame rates of GoPro, it delivers 4K 30 video and waterproofing through a case that comes with it. If you're just dipping your toes into action cams and don't want to overspend, these ultra-budget kits are a good way to test the waters. But the surprises don't stop there. Some lesser-known brands actually specialize in features the big ones don't focus on. For example, Dragon Touch Vision 3 offers wireless wrist remote control, something many mainstream cameras sell as a separate accessory. Apex Cam X60 Pro boasts dual screens, 4K 60 video, and bundled kits with extra mounts and batteries for less than half the price of a flagship. While these names don't have the polish or app support of GoPro or DJI, they fill niches where affordability and accessories matter most. So what's the catch with these cheaper models? Usually it's in stabilization and app quality. The video might wobble more in rough action, and the companion apps aren't always as polished for AI auto edits or social-friendly exports. But if your main goal is to capture your ride, your dive, or your holiday adventures without spending a fortune, they're more than capable. Now let's break down some critical features that matter across all these cameras, whether you're buying the flagship or the hidden gem. Resolution is the first. Don't be fooled by marketing numbers. 4K 30 from a budget cam doesn't always look as good as 4K 30 from a GoPro because of sensor size and compression. Still, 4K has become the baseline, and anything shooting less than that feels outdated in 2025. Frame rate matters if you plan to do slow motion. 60 frames per second is the sweet spot, while 120 or even 240 opens the door to buttery smooth slow motion. For 360 cameras, resolution is even more critical because that 8K gets spread across the entire sphere. Battery life is another deciding factor. No action cam has infinite endurance, but premium brands like GoPro, DJI, and Insta360 manage to squeeze longer runtimes thanks to better chip efficiency. Budget brands often advertise 2 hours but deliver closer to 1. That's why it's smart to buy bundles with extra batteries. Waterproofing is equally important. Big brands usually guarantee 10 meters without a case, while cheaper cameras rely on a waterproof housing to get even basic splash protection. If you're into diving, make sure the housing can handle your planned depth. AI and accessories are where the differences really show. GoPro's quick app, Insta360's auto-reframe tools, and DJI's editing templates save hours in post. Budget brands lack this, meaning you'll spend more time manually editing. Accessories, however, are often a strength of budget models, since they bundle dozens of mounts and cases for free. Compare that to GoPro, where you'll pay separately for mounts, filters, and mods. So here's the bottom line. If you want the best all-rounder, get the GoPro Hero 12 or Hero 13. If you want the ultimate creative freedom, grab the Insta360 X4. If low-light performance is your focus, the DJI Osmo Action 4 or 5 Pro will treat you right. If you're on a mid-tier budget, a Queso Brave 8 or Scam SJ10 Pro deliver solid results. And if you just want something cheap to throw into the mix or mount everywhere, brands like E4K Plus, CampArc ACT74, Dragon Touch Vision 3, and Apex Cam X60 Pro prove you don't have to spend big to join the action cam game. In the end, the best action camera is the one that matches your needs, not just the one with the most hype. If you're chasing professional edits with smooth stabilization, invest in the big names. If you're experimenting, learning, or just capturing memories, the cheaper cameras will surprise you with how far they've come. What's important is strapping one on, hitting record, and living the adventure. The market is wide, the options are endless, and now you know the best picks across every category, from beasts to budget heroes. And that's a wrap on the best action cameras you can get right now. From the most advanced flagship models to affordable under-the-radar options, there's something out there for every kind of creator, adventurer, and storyteller. Remember, it's not just about specs on paper. It's about what works for your needs, your budget, and your style of shooting. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment below telling us which action camera you're rocking or planning to get. Until next time, stay creative, stay safe, and keep capturing life's best moments.